Every business school teaches Porter's 5 forces. 5 levers, so simple you could draw them on a napkin. But in the real billionaire's world, this isn't a paint-by-numbers map. It's a war manual, and sometimes a dangerous mirage.
Porter gave us a language. Threat of new entrants, supplier power, buyer power, threat of substitutes, industry rivalry. But billionaires, they don't just analyze these forces. They bend them, they break them. Sometimes they invent new forces and leave everyone else guessing. This is Billionaires' Take. Tonight, the power trap, how the rich weaponize and outgrow Porter's 5 forces.
Let's get deeply technical. A 5 forces analysis starts with a matrix, quantifying switching costs, market concentration ratios, HHI scores, patent cliffs, vertical integration threats. Private equity firms model supplier dependencies and buyer elasticity to the decimal. But billionaires know models are only as good as what you see coming.
Case in point, Netflix. Textbook says media is crowded, high rivalry, lots of substitutes, buyers, us, with plenty of power. But Reed Hastings didn't just survive those forces. He rewrote them. By investing billions in original content, he turned substitutes into partners, licensing deals, built proprietary recommendation engines, raising switching costs, and kept the price low enough to disarm both rivals and buyers.
Now the critique. Porter assumes industries are stable, boundaries clear. But what about Amazon? Bezos jumped not just into books, but cloud, logistics, streaming, AI. Every time the model stabilized, he blew up an industry boundary. Porter's matrix struggles when the richest player is rewriting the rules.
And look at the Airbnb phenomenon. Hotels thought they understood rivalry and entry barriers. But Airbnb wasn't a new hotel chain. It was a digital platform weaponizing underutilized assets, your spare room, unleashing millions of micro-entrants the 5 forces never predicted. Suddenly, supply-side force became infinite, and the industry map dissolved.
For billionaires, Porter's framework is a starting point, not a religion. They run deep scenario analysis. What happens if a supplier becomes a rival? If buyers organize into a buying consortium? What if regulation shifts, or a new technology erases the meaning of industry overnight?
Technically, the best play is force distortion. Disney doesn't just compete in content. They buy up Marvel, Star Wars, ESPN, Fox. Suddenly, the threat of substitutes disappears. Supplier power collapses, and Disney's control of distribution and IP makes the old 5 forces diagram obsolete.
The most critical insight. Power flows to those who move first and move the boundaries. Tesla didn't just outcompete automakers. They became a battery company, a data company, a software company. Every force became a lever, every threat an opportunity for vertical integration or ecosystem lock-in. So, is Porter's 5 forces outdated? Not if you use it as a weapon, and never as a cage.
Billionaires don't just play by the map. They redraw it. They break it. They build industries others can't even define.
The lesson? See the forces, bend them, break them, and always ask, what force will I invent next?
And this is Billionaires' Take.